Hi guys, so if we on the Remain or the Rejoin side see Brexit as a failure and Brexiteers see it as a success, what is the yardstick they're using to come to that conclusion? Well, according to some reports, they aren't using one. There doesn't seem to be a way to measure the success of Brexit, and this is the UK government speaking. This comes from documents leaked to Business Insider. It seems that while other government policies have specific targets that have to be met, if those targets aren't, the policy can be deemed a failure. The same isn't the case for Brexit. It does point to an attempt to hide the problems of Brexit. If no benchmark is set, then no failure can be pointed to. As I've said before, Brexit is like a cult. The position must always be Brexit can't be blamed. If things are going badly, it has nothing to do with Brexit. This doesn't mean that Johnson and co. have given up on finding benefits of Brexit or opportunities. Actually, the contrary. The government has aspired to seize the opportunities of Brexit through creating the world's most effective border to increase UK prosperity and enhance security. This was according to documents in the spending review. Narrative, it seems, has taken over from metrics, a bit like feelings over facts. Progress towards these outcomes are then reported to the Cabinet Office and the Treasury so that they can trickle down to ministers and MPs who eventually appear on TV to promote just how great Brexit is progressing. The head of Best for Britain told the media, and I quote, "The government's bare-bones deal with the European Union has so far resulted in more failure than success. So instead of moving the goalposts on Brexit, they've done away with them completely. Ministers in the Cabinet Office cannot be allowed to mark their own homework or fudge the damaging impact Brexit is having for the people and businesses who they promised only benefits. They must provide a clear list of priority outcomes and metrics so voters can judge for themselves whether or not Johnson has made a success of Brexit. The advantage of narrative over metric is that it can be presented as always a success. If you set a metric, then you have to adjust it for change over time. The narrative can be opaque and vague, such as taking back control or empowering global Britain. These concepts also play well with the public. If trade is down with the EU, for example, that's just fine because the goal is to become an independent trading nation. If corruption is rife and democracy is collapsing in Britain, then it can be spun as taking back control. These narratives can be adapted for areas outside Brexit as well. They can be applied to borders, equality and opportunity, for example. Efficiency and accountability are expected to become buzzwords, and we will hear about them in the future when it comes to policy changes. When it came to PPE contracts, we saw how Matt Hancock, the former health secretary, promised to publish details in, and I quote, a timely fashion. This of course allowed him to set his own deadline. Departments like health and education do, however, have clear metrics, like survival rates on medical conditions and reading and writing skills for children. Rhys Klein at the Institute for Government said of this, and I quote, "Without clear metrics or more information about the work involved in these areas, it is hard to judge what success might look like for these outcomes. The new system does not meaningfully improve public transparency over government performance. Brexit was sold on a lie, but worse than that, the narrative of Brexit was to set it in order for it to never fail, because clear metrics were never presented. The real success of Brexit is that not only it convinced the public to vote for a lie, but to vote for something that's against their own interests. Now the Brexiteers who are in charge have been given carte blanche to apply this methodology to pretty much any aspect of government. The public will be told everything is progressing in the right direction, but will never be able to see what a true mess has been made." Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.